Welcome back to our live cryptocurrency video trading series. And today we are talking about Ripple and how it's extending its global reach on the interbank payment network system. Here's Ripple in blue on the chart with the top six cryptocurrencies at the moment. And you can see right now, today, all the cryptocurrencies in the red. Ripple is trading at 95 cents with a market cap of $36 billion. And it's the third largest cryptocurrency right now, just ahead of Bitcoin Cash with a market cap of $21 billion. So Ripple, you can see that the recovery from the February 6th lows is pretty much being led by Ethereum and Litecoin. Litecoin, which forked into Litecoin and Litecoin Cash on Sunday, and got some good news in Litecoin as far as the LitePay system, a global solution for merchants. And Ethereum has been well ahead of the recovery as well. The pink line that you see here and the red line is Litecoin. So Ripple today, the news in Ripple has to do mainly with the Unibanco, which is the largest bank in Brazil. So Brazil's largest bank, and I think the largest bank in South America, probably because Brazil is the largest country in South America. So uh, the biggest bank in Brazil, Unibanco, will use the Ripple blockchain network's xCurrent system to process cross-border payments and remittances. And remember that Ripple is a network of interbank payment system, blockchain governed payment systems. So, uh, smart contract and blockchain secured payment systems. Now, they don't necessarily have to use the currency, the XRP currency. So, that's one of the issues with Ripple is that XRP currency is not mined. And so, it's just the blockchain channels between banks are guaranteed by Ripple and they're backed by fiat currency, even though the Ripple XRP currency is used as a medium of exchange. But the banks don't have to use or adopt XRP currency, though some have. So Unibanco, along with the major Singapore-based remittance service provider Instarem and Indian commercial bank IndusInd, so we got India in there, Singapore, and Brazil, will actively use Ripple xCurrent system to settle payments. And so that is good news for Ripple. Already, their global reach extends into Asia, and they're pretty well entrenched in the Asian banks. SBI Ripple Asia is a consortium of more than 60 banks using Ripple for interbank transfers. And there's also a credit card industry consortium in Asia that includes Mitsui Card and Credit Saison, which are the major Japanese credit card companies. And if you remember back in last month, Ripple partnered with MoneyGram uh, to process international payments on its blockchain network. So again, using the Ripple blockchain network and using the Ripple currency are two different things, but MoneyGram did announce that as a pilot program, it would adopt Ripple's XRP token into its payment system to increase the speed and reduce the cost of cross-border transfers. And the Ripple system, just as a reminder, it's fast. Okay, transaction speeds are obviously the key here. Cost and speed is the key here. If normally, if you were going to transfer money, say from Japanese yen into, for example, Nicaraguan bolivars. I know I didn't even know that bolivars were a thing, but I looked it up. But if you were going to transfer from Japanese yen to Nicaraguan bolivars, you'd probably have to use a reserve currency first, so that you'd have to transfer the Japanese yen first into dollars or euros, and then find a bank and then transfer the dollars or euros to a bank in Nicaragua that would then transfer them to bolivars. And each time you did that, you'd be incurring an interbank transfer fee, an international remittance fee, as well as being subject to an exchange rate between currencies that may or may not be favorable to you. So the Ripple system eliminates cross-border remittance fees. Transactions are completed in seconds, and it's secured by blockchain. It's fast, okay, compared to Visa. Visa can do almost, in 25 on the order of 25,000 transactions per second, whereas look at Bitcoin all the way on the other end of the spectrum can do 7 transactions per second. Ripple is right up here at 1,500 transactions per second. But remember that Ripple is not mined. So Ripple transaction speeds do, although they are governed by a blockchain, they do not depend on the solution to a cryptographic math puzzle in order to verify, seal, and lock the block into place, which is how other cryptocurrencies are mined. And that's the reason that there's a delay, in networks like Bitcoin and Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, because the mining process involves hashing, which is the solution to a cryptographic math puzzle that secures the blockchain. And in order for a transaction to be verified and locked into place in the blockchain so that that blockchain is secure and can't be altered or tampered with in any way, that mining process goes on. In the case of Ripple, there is no mining. So the token is simply a token which is backed and guaranteed by the company, and it's backed by, the company guarantees that it will be transferred back into the fiat currency of the receiving bank. But it is very fast, and confirmation occurs very quickly. And the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, famously said that right now the fastest way to send money to London is to pack it in a suitcase and get on a plane, and that's probably true. So Ripple would solve that problem, and it's very low cost. It's very low cost, and it's scalable. Okay, it can handle probably as many as Visa, even more. Um, it is a system based on trust. Okay, the company, like I said, does back the cryptocurrency, so that's important. And the token itself, the XRP token, there are 100 billion of these tokens, and 45 billion of them are in circulation. And the company, the rest are held in escrow, and the system actually releases a billion Ripple XRP per month based on smart contracts. So that's the way the system works. And there's been, concern. The other concern about Ripple is that it is centralized, obviously, because the company itself issues the tokens, and the tokens are held in escrow until they're released by smart contract. But one big advantage that Ripple does have over other cryptocurrencies that sometimes is not acknowledged is that it is dealing with the existing system as opposed to trying to replace it. So it's making connections with banks around the world and building a network with the banks as they feel comfortable with it, as opposed, and integrating with the bank's own system, not necessarily forcing them to use a new currency unless they decide to adopt Ripple. Hopefully, I'm sure that the company Ripple Labs hopes that they will adopt Ripple, but banks are far more likely to embrace a stepwise approach and adopt a protocol and a payment system with a private channel that's governed and secured by blockchain, whereby they can reduce their costs and increase the speed of cross-border remittances. So today, Ripple extending its global reach to include Brazil's biggest bank, Unibanco, and hopefully this video has given you some powerful information that you can use to make better, more informed, more research-based cryptocurrency investment decisions. Ciao for now.